New warnings too, Martha, from the intel community that ISIS grows by the day, due largely in part to this broad recruiting strategy by using social media. New York Congressman Peter King on the House Homeland Security Committee, chairman of the Subcommittee on Counterterrorism and Intelligence. And sir, good day to you and welcome back here.
Thank you, Bill.
What does our audience need to understand about that growing social media threat?
Well, it shows that, first of all, ISIS will use everything at its disposal, and it certainly has accelerated the use of social media. And we see with the increasing number of young people who are joining ISIS, the recruits they're getting. And unfortunately, I think the administration has been very slow in responding, not just to ISIS, but to the entire Islamist jihadist movement over the past 5 or 6 years.
Let me get to that in a moment, but let's listen to Mike Rogers, head of the House House Intelligence Committee chairman, about this social media threat and the effect of it and the impact of it on recruiting. Just listen here.
The Islamic State has upped their game and used that tool as a way not only to subjugate people to their violent political ends, but to use as a recruiting tool. Some estimates are as high as 3,400 per month now joining their fight because of their social media recruiting efforts.
That's a big number, 3,400 a month. But how do they respond? Are they making plans to fly into Damascus, or how do you track something like that?
No, the State Department does respond. They put out answering messages. They have their own Twitter account. They try to counter what ISIS is saying. But I think they've been confused over the past several years, and even now, as to how much an offense they should go. For instance, there was a long period of time where they didn't want to call us a war of ideas. They didn't want to show any kind of confrontation with the Muslim world. They wanted to show how different they were from the Bush-Cheney administration. I think we lost a lot of valuable time in doing that. Also, as far as recruiting here in the United States, I held hearings 3.5 years ago on the radicalization of the Muslim community in this country, but it's only now that the administration is starting to target social media to different Muslim groups in this country to show them why they should not be involved with jihad, why they should not be involved with ISIS. So it's really, the State Department is increasing it. I don't think there's enough money in the budget. I don't think there's enough people involved. But they try to counter it. They try to show why it's wrong to be involved in these tactics, why it's wrong to join ISIS, how Al-Qaeda and its affiliates are doomed to defeat. But it's right now it's looked upon in some respects as not being sophisticated enough, not really speaking the language of the people that we're aiming at.
Let me offer our viewers a couple of details of what the State Department is doing right now. They've got an English language social media campaign called Think Again, Turn Away. And one of the images, apparently, is Osama bin Laden hiding in his compound with the words, "Would you throw away your life for those who hide far away?" End quote. That's how the campaign is now starting itself. Is it effective? Will it be?
Listen, I'm no expert. From those who are, into the Muslim psyche, they feel this is not going to impact young people. That is not the type of strong enough message that's going to dissuade people from joining ISIS. That has to be more effective. It has to be more in the vernacular or the idiom. It has to target again the communities there and how it would impact them. And that is not apparently considered to be effective enough. And I think part of that is because we're not reaching out enough. We're not finding enough experts in the field who are willing to tell us how to do it. It's been sort of on the back burner. It's not gotten top priority. It's I think people trying to do the best they can, but not having everything at their disposal should be there.
Well, it's high
and
time.
Not having enough experts to consult.
Yeah, it's high time to figure it out. 3,400 a month.
Absolutely.
You have to reverse that tide, sir.
No, you really do. You talk about 3,400 a month. We talk about bombing attacks that are killing 15 and 20 people on a good night. Well, you compare 15 to 20 when they're recruiting these thousands of people. It shows what we're up against, and especially if we're not using ground forces, it shows that the military effort here is not going to be enough to keep up with those numbers.
Yeah, I get it, and I think the American people do as well. Peter King, thank you. Out of Babylon, New York, West Babylon there. Thanks.